22 years ago on this date, India won that emphatic win against Pakistan in the battle for Kargil. We're cutting across live to the National War Memorial. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh is currently paying tribute to our Kargil heroes.
They will be going on Pakistan. That the jungle and the soldiers that they find on after 2.5 months, they were able to flutter tigers here at Dras also, because this place was completely bombarded by soldiers. And you can see slowly the senior officers coming, laying green, remembering. Just like balls, they took bullets from their body. It is not an easy task.
Today's a day that we celebrate the success of Operation Vijay, but at the same time also remember all our heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice, laid down their lives for the nation during the Kargil war. It's been 22 years, but memories of that war are so very fresh, and all the heroes that emerged from this war. Several events that are lined up through the day. The President was to go to Dras and pay his tributes at the memorial, but due to bad weather, that event has been cancelled. The Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipin Rawat, however, will be paying his tributes at the Dras Memorial. Here you had Defence Minister Rajnath Singh paying his tributes at the National War Memorial. You also have the Prime Minister, who tweeted just a few hours ago paying his tribute to the fallen soldiers of Kargil, and also saying that we will forever remember their contribution. This is what the Prime Minister has said. We remember their sacrifices, we remember their valor. Today on Kargil Vijay Diwas, we pay homage to those who lost their lives in Kargil protecting our nation. Their bravery motivates us every single day. Along with that post, the Prime Minister shared an excerpt from last year's Mann Ki Baat, where he was seen also speaking to some of the Kargil heroes' families and recounting some of the stories of bravery that emerged from this war. The Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipin Rawat, visited the Dras sector along the line of control yesterday to review the prevailing security and operational preparedness. He is going to today be paying homage to the indomitable courage and the sacrifice of our forces. So the Chief of Defence Staff, General Rawat, is currently in Dras. We are seeing in fact, tributes pouring in from across the nation. Even at Ladakh, at the War Memorial, there was a small ceremony on this date. The Defence Minister Rajnath Singh is currently at the National War Memorial paying his tribute as well. We'll be getting you all of the tributes that pour in from across the nation on this day. 22 years ago on this date, India defeated Pakistan and ensured that they paid the price for their treachery on the icy heights of Kargil. It was a symbolic moment for India, despite all of the challenges because of the terrain, the temperature, we prevailed. And this was because of the heroes who ensured that no matter what, India's flag stood tall in the icy heights of Kargil. And on such a date, tributes pouring in from across the country, leaders cutting across political lines have come together to pay their tributes. Gaurav Sawante is joining us with more details on this. Gaurav, 22 years ago on this date, India defeated Pakistan. The memory is still so fresh, so many tributes pouring in. You know, it's a day that we celebrate the success of Operation Vijay. At the same time, remember all of our heroes who laid down their lives for that victory.
Akshita, 527 braves of the Indian Army had made the supreme sacrifice of their lives to get India victory that at one point of time was considered virtually impossible. The Pakistan Army in the month of February had started infiltrating into India, and they infiltrated across 150 kilometers from Mashko Valley all the way through Dras, Kaksar, Kargil, Patalik to the south of the Siachen Glacier to subsector west. And it took the supreme sacrifice of 527 braves. More than 1,600 soldiers were injured, but India defeated Pakistan. Now we saw the 100-gun concept, 100 artillery pieces firing together on a single mountain top. That was the kind of devastation the Pakistan Army witnessed, and India emerged victorious. But the threat still remains, whether it's Pakistan-sponsored terror or the situation along the line of actual control. Of course, I interviewed Army Commander, Northern Command, Lieutenant General Y.K. Joshi, and he told me that the resolve of the Indian Army is seen in Kargil, and that resolve every adversary should see India fights to win. Akshita.
Absolutely, and it's that message that we remember every single time on this day about how India triumphed over Pakistan and ensured that Pakistan treachery was gotten rid of. Our forces ensuring that our flag, our tricolour, flies high at the icy heights of Kargil as well. Gaurav, there's a slight change of schedule. We also understand at the Dras Memorial, the President was set to be there. He was going to be there to pay his tributes, but there's been a slight change in that.
There has been. The weather, we are told, has packed up at Zojila. Zojila is a pass at about 11,600 feet from Srinagar to Dras and Kargil and Ladakh. So this, the president was to fly in, but apparently there are a lot of clouds in the sector, and for VVIP flying, it's not conducive. So the president will lay a wreath at the Srinagar Memorial at the Chinar Corps headquarters. The army, of course, the ceremony that is going on right now at Dras will continue. This is the Kargil War Memorial here. This ceremony will continue. There are other ceremonies that are being organized at other places, and the president will be in Srinagar today. Incidentally, what is also extremely significant is that he'd be addressing the Combined Commanders Conference on the road ahead in Jammu and Kashmir in the next 24 to 48 hours. Akshita.
All right, Gaurav, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. We'll continue getting you all the live visuals.